E-bikes. Are they better than Onewheels? Today, we're gonna find out. Yeah! Disclaimer, I am not very good at riding bikes, and this is not a very good bike, but I maintain that most of these points still generally apply. Bikes. They've had a good 200-year run. People are understanding that light electric vehicles are really convenient, and a lot of people are getting e-bikes. I think that's because you understand what a bike does, you add a motor to it, kind of makes sense. Now, Onewheels, they haven't been around very long. I think a lot of people don't really understand just how convenient they are. So in this video here, we're gonna be breaking down Onewheels versus e-bikes. Chapter 1, the ride. Can you carve on a bike? So it turns out you kind of can. It's definitely a little different than how I envisioned it. On a Onewheel, like that's its whole reason for being. Onewheels, they're inspired by the feeling of snowboarding on powder. Feel like you're, surfing a wave as you're going down the hill. If that's what you love to do for fun, this is a way that brings that into everyday life. The other thing about the experience of riding a Onewheel versus a bike is how you see the world is really, really different. This is the type of thing that when you're on a Onewheel, you just see and you instantly recognize as like an amazing wave type feature. The world is full of things like this when you're on a Onewheel. And to me, that's one of the biggest differences, that when I'm on a bike, I'm just kind of thinking about where I'm going. When I'm on a Onewheel, the whole world is your playground. Still fun, but not as fun. How I know that I see the world differently is I'm always on the wheel doing these mouth sound effects. That all just reminded me we're just kind of messing around there. But there's like a magnitude more freedom on a Onewheel than on a bike. Just the turning radius on this thing, it allows you to ride in the sidewalk safely. So you can turn on the sidewalk on this bike, but it's not quite the same. There's not a freedom of access of movement. I can't just go where I feel. The Onewheel is actually going where you feel. That's what it is. But that's an important point. Maneuverability. Sorry, maneuverability. Go where you feel. God damn it. Chapter 2, utility. Boy, I'm thirsty, which brings us to quick trips. Which one's more convenient? I'll show you. If you have a Onewheel, all you do is you grab it and then you go. That's the whole thing. Now let's investigate a bike. Here we have our example bike. We got this one hung here. So if I just wanted to go grab a couple coconut waters, I'd just take this down like this. I'll walk this out the door like so. It's not a lot more, but it's like it's a little mental hurdle. And for me, when I'm thirsty, just grab the wheel and rip, makes a big difference. So when people go on a quick trip to a convenience store or what have you, I know that they lock their bikes up outside and they go inside. That can be a point of stress because people get their bikes stolen and whatnot. I actually don't really know how to lock this bike, so I'm not gonna lock it, but this is kind of what it would look like. It has a basket, so that's good, but in general, when you ride it, your hands are occupied. That's a fair point. We have to include this in the video. Baskets are fair game, e-bikes. Nice play. We see you. On a Onewheel, they're so small that you can just pick it up and take it with you. So I never leave my Onewheel outside. I always just bring it in with me. I know some people can ride without their hands on the bars. It's not happening today. You can get away with one hand off. Two hands, you gotta be pro level. So on a Onewheel, obviously your hands are free. So you can carry stuff. Here, you want me to hold that? Well, it's because you have to use your hands, Kevin. It's because you have to hold on to those handlebars. You can't hold the camera. You can hold both coconut waters and take a dumb selfie if you want to. I don't recommend holding your phone. Want to get away? Let's talk about adventure. Say you want to go camping on a road trip. Well, you're gonna have to get in your car for that. And the nice thing about a wheel is that it's like the smallest form factor of any electric vehicle that's out there. See ya. Okay, let's try the bike. First of all, this thing weighs a gazillion pounds. Second of all, it's like the size of my car. So as you can see, if I wanted to go for an afternoon rip with my family, I can't just pop a couple e-bikes in the car. No, 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 it's not that easy. Trust me. Adventure anywhere on an e-bicycle, not quite as easy. Chapter 3, maintenance. I don't know how my hand looks like this. So something to consider in making a decision about a one-wheel versus an e-bike is just the amount of maintenance that you gotta put into it. I know a lot of e-bikes you have to put together when you buy them. Obviously a one-wheel just comes like this right out of the box, and there's no chains or gears. So you don't really need to do any maintenance other than plugging it in. There are accessories that you can swap, like these bumpers and these foot pads and the fender that can keep your board visually fresh. But like I said, no chains, no gears, nothing to grease. I don't really know what goes into bike maintenance. I just know it's a thing. Maybe we could kick that over to bike aficionado, Adam Laser. Adam, what do you gotta do on a bike?
A couple of basic bike maintenance things that I kind of check every single day is and some of the common tools you might need to do this bike maintenance include
Okay, Adam, stop. That's enough. So clearly there's a lot more maintenance that goes into owning and operating an e-bike. Onewheels are super incredibly simple to own. Don't cost a lot of money once you buy them. Chapter 4, safety. So on a one wheel, your body is the action, right? So if I lean forward, I go. If I lean back, I stop. It's really responsive in braking, more so than people think. You're riding and you're kind of in fighting stance. You're ready for anything, whatever comes your way. If something does, someone turns into your lane or what have you, you can always just bail from the vehicle. And to me, when I'm in an urban setting riding like this, that's always a great comfort. Versus when you're on the bike, you're really invested. You're really, sometimes you're even strapped in, right? To me, that feels more vulnerable. I love the agility and the maneuverability and the responsiveness that the wheel has. I just think it's worth considering. Well, folks, thanks for cruising around with me. I actually had a lot of fun on the e-bike today, and I'm not at all trying to, make fun of them or say that they're not a great thing. At the end of the day, if you're cruising around not in your car, you're getting places on a wheel or a bike, you are winning. But I just wanted to plant some seeds for you. If you're trying to make a decision about an electric mobility device, there's a lot about the one wheel that I think people sleep on in terms of practicality and utility. So hopefully you found this valuable, interesting, entertaining, worth your time. And shoot, we'll see you out there. All right. Goodbye now. Guess how much that cost?
$15.
$44.
No way.
$44 in a greasy hand. Those meddling e-bike people.